Good afternoon, everyone. My apologies for not being able to make it to the board meeting today. However, I'm sure many of you guys are probably aware of the flight delays to Logan due to the current weather conditions. Although I am unable to join you today, I did get your recommended advertisements for the campaign, and I do have some feedback. The two ads I received were in regards to the attitude change from childhood to adulthood, and furthermore, applying that attitude to the cognitive dissonance theory. Diving right into my opinions, I felt the first advertisement took more of a gentle approach onto the attitude change from child to adult, yet was still very effective in the overall message. The Huggies brand ad illustrates the day in the life of a typical businessman. However, we see this typical day take a turn for the worse and continues to get progressively worse further along in the ad. The irony behind the ad is that this world is full of children, babies in fact. So throughout all of these unfortunate events, we see the child take on a carefree and nonchalant approach to each dilemma he encounters. This ad illustrates the source of dissonance through uncertainty of prediction. For example, we see the child is terminated from his job, gets his car towed, along with a few more tedious misfortunate events throughout the day, yet embraces a positive attitude and smiles throughout it all. This ad also illustrates the attitude difference between that of a child and an adult. Normally, an adult would become very uneasy from a rough day like so, yet this ad is suggesting we as adults should take on a more childish approach to life, so to speak, and be more carefree. I felt this ad did a very good job showing attitude change, thus after reviewing it, I feel we should use it for our campaign. The next ad I reviewed was for Toyota, which unlike the Huggies ad, didn't compliment the child's way of thinking as much, however, still carries a useful message in terms of attitudes. First and foremost, this ad supports two main factors of our campaign, which are reassurance of security as well as demonstration of predictability. I apply these two theories to further support our ad campaign as we see the driver abruptly take off after seeing the car brand. This illustrates that Toyota is known to be reliable, for each owner can assure feeling secure while driving one, making it hard to fathom anyone being broken down on the side of the road in one. It also supports the demonstration of predictability in that manufacturers offer guarantees and warranties on any purchase of their vehicles. The ad shows two men riding along the countryside as they are confronted with what seems to be a woman broken down on the side of the road. However, as they come closer, the driver notices what type of car she's driving and immediately takes off. This reaction of the driver gives the impression that he feels the scenario can't be accurate due to the assurance of the Toyota brand. In addition to each theory, this ad also illustrates the attitude change from what an impulsive child might do, or rather young boy, so to speak, which would be to stop and help in hopes of potentially winning the girl over, versus an adult who might take a second look at the situation, or rather car brand per se, and make a conscious decision from there. After reviewing each ad, I believe both are effective and should be used. I want to thank you all for being patient during my critiquing, and once again, my apologies for not being able to be there with you all today. I look forward to seeing you all soon and hearing some constructive feedback. Thank you.